countless things. There are countless things that you need to work on depending on where you're at in your trading journey. But I can guarantee if you work on this, you're going to increase your chances of making money. Hello, this is Jason E, and welcome to the Trading and Ascension YouTube channel, which is just an arm of the Trading and Ascension Podcast. We focus on the personal and the spiritual growth journey of day trading. That's all we do here. So today I want to talk about detaching from trading. And detaching has a few benefits. One, it's going to separate you from the emotional pain of the ups and downs in trading, which is needed to move forward in your trading career. And also, it's going to help you get better results, right? At the end of the day, of course, we're focused on execution, but we want results. We're in a money game, right? So I'm going to focus on that. I brought out the PowerPoint today so we can take the straight and narrow path to getting this information. And I'm not going to delay like we hate to drive through. Let's get it in. All right, so brought the PowerPoint out, and I'm going to talk about 3 action steps toward trading improvement when it comes to detaching from trading. All right, so let's go ahead and kick it in here. Let me see if I can hit a button to move us forward. Let me move me out of the way here. All good. All right. So, hey, I got a few new subscribers. So I just want to talk a little bit about who I am, why I hold this space of the personal and spiritual growth journey of day trading. You'll never hear me talking about, strategies or anything in the tangible aspect. One thing I realized when I took my first live trade was there is a psychological part of this game. And I've talked to a lot of traders here locally as well as on my show. The lowest I've ever heard is 65%, meaning that psychology is 65% of trading. Most people say, 85, 90%. So with my background here, which I'll share with you, I wanted to help individuals explore that, the spiritual and the emotional and the personal development side. So I do host the Trading and Ascension Podcast. Season 5 will be starting at the end of the month. And you definitely want to check that out on any of your favorite podcast streaming services. We're just over 90 shows right now. I'm a certified life coach. I am a licensed NLP practitioner. I've coached football at the high school and the college level. Yearly, I run a trading mastermind group where a bunch of traders, we can get together, hold each other accountable and get better results. Also, I'm a corporate trainer and structural designer, and I love spirituality and merging that with the scientific approach. And what that means is that you're going to hear a lot of talk from scriptures, from all types of monotheistic religions, right? Any religion with one God, you're going to probably hear it on this show. If that's not your thing, this is not the place for you, no doubt. All right, so I've done work for these companies you see here. Last one I was a little vague on, doing some work for them currently. So the reason this page is structured like this, because I got the 150K funded trader on the side, which is some of the accomplishments from some of the things that I promote on the channel as far as personal development. But I wanted to show you things that I believe are a benefit to you. It's not about me. Besides the mastermind group, which this is the first time it's coming at a price this year. Besides that, I have nothing to sell you. I don't have a strategy, a course or anything like that. So I'm trying to give back as I log my journey so we all can grow together. All right. So that's me. And again, just a few new subscribers I got. So I just wanted to get that information out in case they didn't catch it on the podcast. So I'm going to move myself out of the way here. And we're talking about detaching from trading. Now, when you're hovering over something, like kids, they call it helicopter parenting. So I wanted to make the comparison here. Helicopter parenting is when a parent just pays close attention to their child or their child's experience, right? And they're hovering over them. That's why they call it helicopter parenting. And it stunts the growth of the children and it stunts their improvement. Now, it does the exact same thing in your trading. So you don't want to be a helicopter trader, right? That means you're hovering over your trades too closely. You're riding the emotional roller coaster up and down, and you're taking emotional actions outside of the predetermined plan, which is never a good thing. Emotional decisions in trading, emotional decisions in life in general is pretty bad, right? But in trading, it can be catastrophic to your trading account. All right, so avoiding helicopter trading. So why is it detrimental? And I just really want to make this clear, the effects of this, right? Because there are some symptoms that can lead back to hovering over it. In the physical, right? The third dimension things is you're going to lose capital, right? Biggest mishap that you can have as a trader. Maybe not so much when you're learning, but we don't like to lose capital. Mistakes are going to happen, right? When you're helicopter trading, what you don't want to happen happens, right? So the exact thing that you don't want to happen but think may happen, that's going to happen, right? As that pendulum swings, as they call it in reality transurfing. So we don't want that to happen. And then you're likely to quit, right? It's a frustrating path. And I can't guarantee you, but I promise you a lot of the 90+% that quit probably were over attached to their trading. Now, in the energetic sense, being attached to your trading makes you attached to results. So if you're winning, you feel like a winner. If you're losing, you feel like a loser, right? We want to be firm in our beingness and not attached to external results that happen outside of us, right? That's a terrible way to live, and it causes emotional turmoil. And eventually you're going to have low confidence, right? Because you're looking for something outside of yourself. And you guys have to excuse me, my allergies are killing me. But overall, you're going to feel drained from doing that. All right. So it's not the path that we want. So let's talk about the solution. And the solution is detachment. Right. And when we detach, that is the state of being separate or detached. Right. So it's a state. And as we know, these states of being, they have an energetic and then they have the accompanying thoughts. Right. So we want to focus on both of those. So the benefits of a detaching is you're going to avoid counter manifestations. Now, a counter manifestation is when you're really focused on something and the opposite happens. I really need to win this one trade and you lose. I really need $1,000 and you're down 2,000. Right. So the opposite energetically will happen as you repel energy away from you. And we'll talk a little bit about that in more detail in just a second here. And then when you detach from trading, you're going to have more peace of mind. You're going to feel better within yourself, which eventually will move you further down the path versus being tied to the results. And you're going to get better results. Ultimately, when you let go, you're going to get better results. Just like a helicopter parent, their kids are going to be to explore more, be more, do more when they stop hovering over them and watching over them. So same thing in trading here. Let's keep it moving. So now I want to talk about some of the solutions. I'm going to give you 3 solutions, 3 action steps towards detaching from your trading. And you're going to love these. They're going to be extremely helpful for you. Now, the first thing you need to do is don't be energetically needy. Now, I'm kind of posing that in the negative, but I'll tell you what you should be doing here in a second. But this is what it is. I love that picture there. Energetic neediness is when you are wanting something external to happen so you can feel a certain way. You are conditionally loving your life. Right? I'll feel this way when this happens, right? When I win this trade, I'll feel great. When my account reaches this side, I'll feel great. So it's a starving, self-deprivation that you're doing to yourself. And there's a scripture, right, from the Bible. It's Matthew 25:29, and it warns us against this. And it says, "For everyone who has will more be given, and he will have abundance. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away." So it's telling us that for everyone who has, will more be given. Now, if you're looking at this from a worldly sense, you're like, oh, that's not fair, and rich get richer. No, this is from the psychological, from a spiritual standpoint, those who have will be given more. That means don't be needy in energy. Hold the energy of the results you want to see. Paula T, when she was on the show, the first lady of psychology, talked about really feeling like a winning trader before you're going into it, right? So when you have that feeling, when you're able to hold it, then you feel like it and you detach from the neediness. Now, you know you're doing this right when you no longer need the outcome. If you are faking it till you make it, or you're not doing it correctly as far as being able to grab the energy from the future and bring it into the now, you're going to feel like a fake, right? And you're going to feel like you still need that result. But when you don't need the result, when you've actually brought that result into the now, then you're not going to be chasing that result, and you're going to have the energy to attract it, right? You're going to be something that's a magnet to attracting that energy. So number one is, is don't be energetically needy. Now, the second thing here is on how to detach is you want to make sure that you have a breathing exercise. And let me go back, because I don't know if I really hit exactly how to do this. You want to do this by holding the energy of the wish fulfilled. That means the trader that you want to be, you need to feel like that trader before you start trading, whether that be through visualization, through affirmations, through a vision board, whatever physical sense that you have that most gets you primed to take action. You need to do it. Right? And you need to do that before you start. Don't be needy, right? Start with that energy. The next thing you want to do is breathing exercises. And it says breaching. I don't know what a breaching exercise is. Jeez, why just keeps wanting to get in there. And I'm going to tell you the why. So why get away? Breathing exercises. So there's a few. Wim Hof, box breathing, anything that's deep. Right? Anything that it embodies belly breathing. And it's going to do a few things. One, it's going to get oxygen in the bloodstream, which is going to get oxygen to the brain. And it's also going to calm the body down. Right? Shallow breathing is shallow thinking. When you're breathing deeply, you have a better chance of being far away from that reptilian and that fight or flight brain to where you can make more logical decisions, or you can tap into the unconscious decisions that come from habitual action, meaning you've practiced this so many times, now it's on autopilot. And even if it is on autopilot, if you're breathing shallowly, if you're panic, if you're holding your breath, if you're breathing from your neck or your chest, you're not going to be able to access that information. So do yourself a favor, breathe deeply. You want to do this while you're trading, and you also want to do breathing exercises to make sure that outside of trading, you're practicing this habit. There's a certain point in when your body wants to take over, especially if you're doing like Wim Hof or box breathing. Your body's like, I can't do it anymore. I just need to rest. I need to whatever. Fight it. You control your body. When you have the mental capacity and then you match that with the physical wherewithal to control your body, you're going to be less stressed in the market. Right? You're not going to be with that, what they call that monkey brain running around, dragging you like, some kind of untamed, pet. So breathing exercises, you have to bring these into your trading to calm you down and to make sure that you're making great decisions, right? So that's going to be key to detaching. Notice when you are attached, notice your breathing. And I bet you'll find that, man, my breathing's off. This is not a good thing. You'll be able to tell immediately. So you have to have that awareness there. Now, the last thing is focus on execution. Okay. Now, you have to be able to control what you can control. Now, we can't control what the market does. So we can't focus on that. We have to focus on execution. And part of a trading plan, we always talk about a trading plan and everything that's in that. And part of that trading plan is a trading strategy. Now, in a strategy, you're going to have, it may vary per style, but you're going to have your entry, your exit, and then your in-trade management. And then also, as you get experience in the market, you have a plan for what ifs. Right? What if, the trade time is double than expected? What if the price action almost hit my target and now it's back down towards the entry, right? What if it's been sitting just below the target, for 4 times the amount that I expected, right? So whatever the crazy expectation is, you don't have to guess these. With your experience, you start to understand these things that can happen, and you can start to have a plan for these so you're not reacting emotionally. When you're attached to your trade, you're watching it, something happens, you panic, you want to take action. So part of focusing on execution is actually having an execution plan, right? So your trading strategy is, of course, part of your trading plan, and that's going to have your trade management. It's going to have your entries, your exit, and your what ifs, right? And again, you're building your what ifs, not pie in the sky, not, oh, I'll do this if this happens. It's off experience, right? So when it really does happen, if not, you're going to be creating all these scenarios based off of fear, and you'll never actually use them, right? So don't go off fear, go off data. Go off the data that you're building, because you're taking the pictures, you're logging the information, you're doing whatever you need to do around the entry and exit parameters of your trading to make sure that you have enough accurate data to make adjustments and changes to. So focus on the execution. Do what you can control, right? Enter when you need to enter, exit. Anything to do with that mouse and moving it, manipulating it on your trading, that's you. The market and stuff, you got to leave that to do what it's going to do, right? So focus on the execution. That's a way to detach. When you're focused on the execution, then you can let the chips fall because you've already took ownership of something. But when you're not focused on your execution, then you want to own the market. Then you want to get on that emotional roller coaster and follow it up and follow it down. And if it doesn't go your way, you want to break things and get super upset and beat yourself up. So save yourself the trouble of going through that by not focusing on what you can't control and focusing on what you can control. All right. So again, don't be energetically needy. Have the wish fulfilled, the master trader, the whatever the goal is, the amount of money in your pocket, whatever it is, be that person at the time you enter the trade. Right. And that's a deep path on getting, to that point. But it's simple as long as you use whatever strong sense you have to bring that energy into the now. All right. And then you want to use breathing exercises. There are a few examples like box breathing and Wim Hof, but there's all kinds out there. As long as it's deep belly breathing, then you're going to be all right. And then you want to focus on execution. Those are 3 steps to help you detach from trading. This is Jason E. at Trading Ascension. And I wish you the best of success this year. This is where we talk about the personal and the spiritual growth journey. You can check the podcast out, season 5, starting in a couple weeks, Sundays and Thursdays, Pandora. You can speak Trading Ascension into your Alexa, Spotify, iHeartRadio, any major platform. I'll be there. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please leave me a comment. Love to hear your feedback or any information about your trading journey. TradingAscension.com is the website. You can check us out there. And here's to being the hero of your story.
Hold it, don't release it. I just jumped dimensions.